Is marriage necessary? Well, that's the subject that we're going to tackle next, so stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell so you get more notifications. So, is marriage necessary? Do you think that women need to have a ring? Does there need to be a sheet of paper for a relationship to work, for it to be taken seriously to the world?
Well, you know what, to be honest with you, I would say no. That legal piece of paper is not necessary. And there's a lot of men out there that would subscribe to this particular philosophy.
I think just about all the men would subscribe to that.
You know, why buy the cow if you can get the milk free? Ain't that what they say? But now I will say this, if you look at things from a different perspective, having been married before, you and I know that a lot of times people get married for various reasons. They get married out of protocol. They get married because they've been together all these years. We met in junior high school and we were together through high school. We met at church and we've been together forever. And then now it's 8 years later, it's 10 years later, we finished school or we did this, we did that. So what's next? You know, certain people get married because of that. And then some people get married out of religious reasons. You know, that was one of the things that happened to me. with my kids' mom. We go to church one day and the pastor's preaching and everything, and he's like, hey, all you kids on campus, y'all going to hell. You're going to hell, you're on there fornicating and carrying on. And so we end up getting married to avoid going to hell. And instead, we end up going through hell.
Okay, wait. So, listen, though, you said something really important.
Right.
You're talking about, you know, religion. And a lot of people who have a lot of various different religions believe that it is necessary to get married. That is how you solidify a relationship. That's how it is in good standing before God. And that before you procreate, which we do know you can have kids without being married. But before you procreate, you are supposed to be married. You know, all that whole thing, so kids aren't bastards and all that type of stuff. Not that, you know, we really care about that, but, you know, there's people and there's religion. There's a reason why people are still getting married, why there's a marriage license, why there's a line at the courthouse Monday through Friday where people are getting licensed to get married.
Okay, and then well, then what is the religious reason behind it? What's the religious reasons behind it?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with different religions. And I'm not sure they all have the same reason. Me personally, I'm kind of like you. I went through that whole religious thing. Well, if not, you're going to go to hell.
You're going to hell.
Get married, if not, you fornicate, and it's a sin. So I think the whole thing is so you don't sin, or to try to make sure that you stay monogamous, where it's just, you know, one woman to a man.
Well, yeah, of course.
One man to a woman.
And people do that. You know, they do get married for to be able to have sex, to legally and spiritually be able to have sex. Okay, but is that what a marriage is all about? That's the thing that I learned. You know,
Is a marriage all about sex?
Well, I think there should be a lot of...
It should be part of it. It should.
Oh, absolutely. There should be a. It should be a.
Don't like get married and then stop having sex.
I mean, I'm just saying because people do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all having sex 3-4 times a day, and then y'all get married, and it's 3-4 times a month.
I'm gonna say, if you having sex 3-4 times a day, do you have a job? And if so, what's your job? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm at work. I got papers. Oh, yes. It's that type of job.
People get paid to have sex. No, what I'm saying is, no, when you're dating, you know how it is. Y'all know how it is when you're dating and the infatuation phase and you're having all this fun and when you're young and you're in college and all that kind of stuff and you can make time for sex all the time. And then when people get married, that's when all of the protocol kicks in. Okay, now we forget our particular role that I'm your boyfriend first and foremost. I think that should be the mindset. This is my girlfriend. She is the woman that I should hope to always marry. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, she's my wife, but if I continue to treat her like she's the one that I want to marry, then the relationship will last. But we're going back to why people get married. A lot of times they get married for the physical aspects of it. They get married for the legal aspects of it, for all of the financial benefits of marriage, to be able to put a person on their health insurance and get life insurance and all of those kind of things. And we lose track of
But is that necessary? You with someone for a certain amount of time, a lot of times they have these different rules where, okay, well, if you live together for this amount of time or common law, then they're still able to get those benefits.
They are, in a lot of states they are. So then why are people getting married? I'll just say this. You know, I think that we should go back to the spiritual aspect of marriage. I'll just share with you why I decided when we started dating, we both had made the commitment that we ain't getting married. That was it. Marriage was out of the...
Not interested.
We had already been there. We ain't getting married. We ain't having no kids. We good.
Thanks, love. I'm good. I'm good, love. Thank you.
I mean, I got my kids. You got your kids. We good. What we need marriage for? And we were living together. And we were having a ton of fun. And we were playing. And we would date nights. And we traveled. And we had all of the other benefits that come with, quote unquote, marriage. And then I had an epiphany. I'm going to God. It's like I heard the voice. I heard a spirit. I knew when I met Shira that I wanted to marry you because I fell in love with her energy. I fell in love with the spirit. I mean, this tiny little body, you know, she's like 5'1", 113 pounds. I'm just...
Really? Really? Did you really do?
Okay. She's 95 pounds.
Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. Wow. I'd rather you tell the truth. We'll just keep it the way it is.
She's a tiny little thing, you know what I mean? But she's just as cute as she can be. But she has this amazing energy. I mean, your spirit, your soul exudes. I mean, it goes far beyond her body and the physical aspect. And I knew that I wanted to connect with that. I knew I wanted to become a better person for her. And so for me, I wanted to evolve into my absolute best self. And it dawned on me that that's what marriage is. Marriage is a spirit. I look at marriage the same way that when two people come together and they create a child. I don't see that there's no difference between when a man and a woman come together and create a child. That child is the personification of two people. You know, there's my DNA and there's your DNA, and then there's that child. That child is still an individual. The child is the spiritual aspect of marriage, and that's how I look at it.
That's beautiful, sweetie. That is so beautiful.
It is.
It is.
It's so beautiful, cutie pie.
Thank you. But does every man who gets married, does he go into the marriage thinking that? And is that what making marriage necessary? Because if you have two people that's going into the marriage and they don't see it as this loving, spiritual immersion of, you know, two people creating some DNA. I don't know what you said, but whatever that is. And then if they don't think that
because
they get married,
they're not thinking that.
Then is it the marriage that makes the man like that, or is it who the man is before he even wants to get married?
I think it is the marriage because for me, even though I was a good Anthony and you were a good Shira, I think that I have evolved into a much better person. I have become what I feel I've become and I am becoming the type of individual that is evolving into my absolute best self. And I think that there are some spiritual benefits that is exclusive to married couples, especially if you're married to someone that you're truly attracted to, that you actually like.
You do need to be attracted.
I mean, I'm just saying. No. That doesn't. I mean, y'all gonna have a lot of sex in the marriage.
I think physical attraction is not. It doesn't mean that you're shallow.
No.
But. Yeah. You want to be physically attracted to them.
I mean, you should be. I mean, because there's a lot of folk out here that are physically attracted to other women. I see it. I know people like that. I mean, they get every woman on Facebook all their attention and compliments, and they don't get a woman none. You know, they're much more attracted to other people physically, and then they have lost the attraction that they've had to their particular spouse. So yeah, you should be attracted to the person that you're with.